Hey guys, welcome to Richie's Diesel. What I'm going to show you today is some quick tips on how to service the fuel system on any 19 through 25 f250, 350, and 450 equipped with the 6.7 powerstroke. So up here we have the top filter, and when you buy the filter kits, they come with the top one and the lower one. But you see they have these quick release connectors on here that are actually not so quick. But this is the finer micron filter, usually around 2 microns or so. What this one involves is you change this, you push this clip out, push this clip out, push this clip out. They give you a little bit of trouble, but they will just push up with a small screwdriver, maybe your pick, but just be careful not to bend them and snap them. You push the inside of the middle one here, and these are pretty self-explanatory, you can see them. And then this you take and you rotate 90 degrees, it pops up, and you put the new one in. What I like to do is I like to change the bottom one first, prime it, because it does take some moment to prime. Obviously have oil in there if you're changing the oil at the time. Get the truck started. Once the truck is started, everything is good. Then you come to the top one, you do the top one second. That's just what I prefer to do. In theory, anything that gets dislodged from the lower filter will pass its way through and then get trapped by the upper filter up here. Let's take a look at the lower one now. So the lower filter is equipped with the water drain. This is the water separator here. The filter is behind this. You take out these bolts, and then there's a straight plate looking filter. I'll show you that later on in this video. But this is your water drain. So what you do is you open this up, and it will drain for a pretty fair amount of time. I've already drained it, and I just put a little bit of fuel back in it again just to show you how it operates. It will stop. This vehicle has about a half a tank of fuel. It does take quite a bit to drain because it is a large filter. Drain this out first. Once it's completed, then you can cap it off. Then you take your bolts out, and you take the filter element down, put the new element up, change the O-ring, fasten it back again by hand. Do not use any power tools for this because it is only plastic, and the bolts thread into a plastic housing. So it's important not to over tighten that because you can strip it. And I'll show you the filter. One more thing before I show the filter is this is regular maintenance. You are supposed to drain this regularly. I usually tell my customers, you can't over drain it. You just waste a little bit of fuel. If you live in an area where the temperature changes often, or you travel to higher elevations, or run with low tank levels often because the moisture will condense inside, you want to open that somewhere around 2,500 to 5,000 miles or so. Now the interval to change the filter varies depending upon what the minder up at the dashboard says, but it's usually 12,000 miles or so to service the filter. But you want to make sure that you open this regularly, and you want to drain any water that gets accumulated in there and separated from the fuel, because if it gets too high, it will trip the sensor up top. But at that point, you've got a considerable amount of water, and you can run the risk of it traveling through, also corroding the components inside of this and inside of the tank. So this is what the filter kit looks like. That's the part number. I believe I said 19 through 25 before, but that's incorrect. It's actually 17 to 24. So this is the used one. I've already changed this one in the past, but this is what it looks like outside by itself. There's a little index pin right there, and that's what you would turn 90 degrees to lock into the upper housing. And now the bottom one looks like this. It comes with a new gasket, an O-ring. This is what it looks like sealed inside of the bag. It's pretty simple. You take it down, it clips into the housing there. Push it back up, put the cover on, tighten your hardware, and away you go. Like I said, it does take a moment for it to prime the system, so you want to make sure that you do it adequately, otherwise the truck will stall. But don't be alarmed. Turn the key back on. Try not to start it again. Just key the ignition on. It will run. You'll hear it run for a minute and a half or so. You'll hear some churning in there. That's it pushing the air out and purging the air out of it. And that's perfectly fine. Once that's been accomplished, you should be able to start it, and away you go. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helps you.